Hello and welcome to an idea that I actually haven't done. We're going to be speedrunning an opening, and what better opening to speedrun than one of my personal favorites, which is the Rye Lopez. Now the Rye Lopez starts off with e4, e5, knight of 3, knight c6, and then bishop e5. Now for black you have three main options. You can either go a6, you can go d6, or you can go knight f6. Right, so here, let's start off with the less common one, which is d6. If d6, you just want to play aggressive because they've chosen a passive setup. So with d4, now I think they're going to be taking, knight takes, and they're going to defend the knight on c6 with bishop to d7. Here you just go knight c3. If they take, you take on d7, queen takes, and queen takes here. Now, you are clearly winning, and you can take two approaches to this. You can either play positionally, where you would play moves like, say, knight d5, bishop e3, and c4, and maybe castle here and go f3, or instead of doing this, you can go very aggressive, where you would, instead of castling kingside, you would castle queenside, and then just pawn storm. And it's honestly just up to you because you're winning in this position either way. Now, we'll move on to knight f6. Now, knight f6 is a bit more positional, but you basically just want to play castles. Knight takes here, you just go there, takes, here, and bishop e7 and d4. Now this is a bit fast, but basically here they've played I guess the best moves they could have, and you just want to play a positional game from here on out. Now you have I guess some ways to play this, but if you want to play a little bit more positional, you can go c3, bishop to f4, knight d2, and then knight f3, and then queen d3. And here you're honestly just fine. You have no real weaknesses, and I guess you're free to do whatever you want. You can most likely push on the queen side, or you can play some more positional moves like maybe going for a trade and playing in the endgame. Now they don't have to take on e4, but they most likely will. If they do something like this, then I think you can take, and here. And now they can't take on e4 because of this. And this is a really nice win because they're most likely going to resign as they have just lost a queen. Alright, now we're going to go on to the last move they can play, and that is a6. a6 is the most common move, and this opening, like this variation that I'm going to show you, isn't, I guess you could say technically correct, but if you're playing against beginners, this is an extremely fun opening to play. You go bishop to a4, they'll play knight f6, and then you play d4. Now, no one will have seen this, and they're most likely going to take a long time to think about this. But in essence, they only have two moves. They have knight takes e4 and e takes d4. If they play e takes d4, which is the most common move that they're going to play, you simply castle. Now they have, I think, maybe three options. If they go bishop to c5, this is my favorite because you go e5, knight to d5, bishop to b3, knight b6, and knight g5. Now you're attacking f7, they're forced to castle, and you go queen h5. If they go h6, then you just take there, queen g6, threatening queen h7 mate, and if they take, then that's mate. Really nice win, but they don't have to take on they don't have to go knight d5. They can go something like maybe knight e4, but then you just go rook e1, and now their knight's trapped. The only other move they can go is I'd say back or maybe knight h5, but I think we can tell that those are not the best moves. So they shouldn't play bishop c5. So what should they play, you might ask? They go knight e4, then rook e1, and now this is completely lost because if they go there, knight takes d4, and now you're going to be threatening f3, and you're going to be a piece up. So their only viable move, and if they spot this, then you are in a bit of a pickle, but you just have to play a little bit technically, and even then you're still going to be fine. They're going to have to play bishop to e7. You're going to play rook e1. They're going to go castles, e5, knight d5, bishop to b3, knight b6, takes, and takes. Here you are honestly fine, and you just play normally and develop like you usually would. Now, if they play queen h4, that means that they seriously know what they're doing, but in the end they are still going to lose because this isn't good for them in one bit. h3, and if they take, this is a little bit of like a little rabbit hole, but in the end you're winning because you have this nice move they can't take, because if they do, then this is mate. Right, so let's go back, and alright, so yeah, if they don't castle, they can go b5, you go bishop to b3, d6, bishop to d5. Now you're pinning the knight on c6 to the rook on a8, they're forced to take, you take, knight e5, and knight takes d4. They castle, which is what they'll most likely do, then you just play normally and attack their weak pawns. Oh yeah, by the way, f4 is a good move. If they don't spot this, you're most likely winning. This is an annoying part of the game though, because they have some tricky ideas, but you should honestly just be fine with this. It's not that big. Yeah, you have to be calm with this. It's honestly fine. But other than that, that's it. Yeah, here. If they go bishop to d7, you go f4, kick them out, and then it's basically the same thing. If they go something like this, you are honestly fine. You just don't stress and develop normally. You have to play this king f2 move though, because queen e1 is threatening some annoying stuff. It's not going to be mate, but if queen e1, then let me just play a filler move like this. Queen e1 here, and now that's annoying because now you're going to lose. But other than that, you just go king f2 and you're fine. Now, this has just been Speedrunning the Lopez. If you have any more questions, I'm not too sure how the comments work. Maybe I'll be able to try to enable them. But if you do have any comments or questions, I will be answering them below. Anyways, that was it, and thank you.